Welcome our next coach this morning, the head coach of the Presbyterian College Blue Harold Nichols. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
PC was a setback last Saturday. You have the open date coming weekend. If you can open up and talk about the game against Florida Tech, start taking questions talking about this.
Well, really disappointed in the result of the game Saturday night. No question about it. I knew going into the football game that Florida Tech had an outstanding team, and they sure did come as advertised. And well-coached football team, a lot of ability, a lot of team speed. Knew our margin for error was going to be very, very small. Really came down to probably a handful of plays. We've got to be better in the red zone. I think we were 1 of 5 going in, that's just not winning football. You go down, miss a field goal to make it a 4-point game there at half, and then they turn right back around, hit us on 2 big plays, and go down and score, and that's a 14-point swing against us right there. And then you come out in the third quarter, driving down inside the 20-yard line, make it a 1-score game by midway through the third quarter, and throw a pick 6, and that's a 14-point swing. So, was hoping to stay away from the big plays on defense, and they got over the top of us a couple of times, and made it very difficult. Had an injury at quarterback again, and that really crippled us a little bit as far as what we could do offensively. Ended up throwing the ball a little bit more than what we normally would. Had some success through the air throwing the football, but again, was just unable to punch it in and let a good football team beat us. And so disappointed with that, but we're not going to let one game define our season. Obviously disappointed in the result, but we did some good things in the football game and things I think continue to build on and move forward. So we've got to get this one behind us quickly. The open date comes at a good time, able to get some guys hopefully healthy and continue to improve as a football team this week. So the open date does come at a good time for us.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll start taking questions from head coach Harold Nichols. To ask a question, press star 1 on your phone, or click the Q&A link near the top of the browser. Click raise hand to join us. Coach, while we wait for a question or two, specifically, what work will you be doing this open week with your squad?
Well, we've got some younger players that are really playing significant roles for us right now, and we're able to continue to develop them. I think that's going to be an important part of this week. Outside of getting some guys healthy, I think that's going to be our main emphasis is trying to get better as a football team, and going back to the basics. Trying to go back to where we started in camp and just kind of keep building from the ground up. And I think that's going to be an important part of this week. And we'll have an opportunity here these next 3 days to get some work in and try to like I say, keep developing some of these younger players that are playing significant roles and providing depth for us. So that's going to be our main concern.
All right, Coach, first question for you is from Damian Sportlet of the Lynchburg News and
Morning, Harold. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing well. You mentioned the quarterback situation. Give us an update on Will, and are you going to move forward with Jordan Walker and this week and give him some more first-team reps so you can have him ready for this week?
Well, I think, Ben Cheek, our quarterback that started the year for us, had a rib injury that has kept him out for the last couple of weeks. And, hopefully we'll get him back this week. That'll help us tremendously. John Walker came in the other night, played about 20, 25 snaps, and really, really proud of the way he came in and managed our offense. Will's got a lower leg injury. It's a little hit or miss as far as time goes. So not sure about that. No more here towards the end of the week. Will came back in the ball game, but was very limited in what he could do as far as moving around. Threw the ball well at times, and was able to make great throws and showed a lot of mental toughness overcoming that injury during the game. But so that's still in flux a little bit. I think we'll continue to work a few of those guys in there. Got some younger players there too that we got to get some looks this week. So that's going to be a fluid situation for us, to say the least.
Does the bye week come at a good time where you can use these practices, however many you use, just to get these guys some reps and evaluate and kind of figure out what you want to do moving forward, and if injury-wise guys don't progress as quickly as you want them to?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big part of it. We're coming off of a pretty tough 4-game stretch right here, and we've had a tough opening schedule here, but hopefully be able to get some of those guys in, get them some live looks. That's the only way you're going to improve as a player and as a team. So we got to play the game a little bit, and hopefully be able to continue to develop that position and other positions too. So that'll be a main focus of ours this week.
Thank you, Harold. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Damian. Coach, similar question I asked Coach McCray just after 4 weeks. Your assessment of the squad, things that have gone according to plan, things that surprised though that are positive, and then areas where there's still work.
Well, I think, overall defensively, I think we've done some good things. We've just kind of given up some big plays in an opportune time. And, these teams that we're playing against, your margin for error is not very good and very small. And so, we've got to eliminate that. We're going to compete in the Big South here in these next, 4 or 5 game stretch that we've got. That's going to be one big thing. And then I think, secondly, offensively, we've been a little up and down at times. We've moved the ball here these last couple of weeks and have had some success, as far as stringing some drives together. We got to be able to finish and be better in the red zone, and that showed its value Saturday night, to say the least. And so, I'm pleased with some of the younger receivers, that have come in. I think our receiver core is better, and gives us an opportunity to get the ball thrown down the field, which will help us. I think Darrell Bridges has played well. And is healthy, so I think that'll be a big plus. I think Zola Davis, Glass Wilson, some of those other guys there at that position, their development's going to be key as we move forward here over the next few weeks too. So, got a lot to work on, and as disappointed as we are about the game Saturday night, we're not going to let one game define our season with a lot of football left to play. So we got to go back to work, and that's what we're going to do.
All right, Coach. That's all the questions I see for you, so we'll go ahead and let you go. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the open date, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you very much, Mark.